So we all know that the legendary actor Matthew Langford Perry passed away at the age of 54 on October 28th, just 2 months after his 54th birthday and 13 days after Suzanne Somers' passing. We all loved him as a lovable and funny Chandler Bing of Friends during the show's 10 seasons on NBC. So apparently he was found unresponsive in his jacuzzi hot tub at his home, so it sounds like he had a heart attack and drowned. Unfortunately, Matthew had drug problems. In his memoirs, he said he became alcoholic at the age of 14. He was addicted to Vicodin after a jet ski accident in 1997 and completed a 28-day rehab program at the Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation that year. His weight dropped as low as 128 pounds, 58 kilograms, and took as many as 55 Vicodin pills per day. When Matthew was 30 years old, he suffered from alcohol-induced pancreatitis, and he was admitted to the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in May of 2000. In 2002, Matthew said he made an effort not to drink on the set of Friends. However, he did arrive with extreme hangovers and sometimes would sweat and shake on set. He was also frequently drunk or high on set during the later seasons. His castmates made efforts to help him, even staging an intervention, but were unsuccessful. In February 2001, Matthew paused productions of Friends and serving Sarah for 2 months so he could enter inpatient rehabilitation for his addictions to Vicodin, methadone, and amphetamines and alcohol. Due to his substance use disorder, he had no memory of the first 3 years of his work on Friends. In 2018, Matthew spent 5 months in the hospital for gastrointestinal perforation, and he nearly died after his colon burst from opioid abuse. Matthew spent 2 weeks in a coma and used a colostomy bag for 9 months. Doctor told his family that Perry had 2% chance of surviving. Matthew released a memoir titled Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. Matthew had his foundation when he was committed to helping people who are struggling with addiction. And I'm so glad he had the opportunity to release his memoir while he was still living. Matthew also said that he doesn't want to just be remembered as Chandler, but to mainly be remembered for helping people struggling with addiction. And hey, I don't blame him. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like, yeah, we love him as Chandler Bing, and he'll always be remembered as the funny guy that we loved on Friends, but he should definitely also be remembered for helping people with them struggling with addiction. He also opened a sober living facility at his Malibu mansion. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer, they obviously were devastated over his death. Jennifer had an interview with Diane Sawyer back in 2004, and she cried over the thought of losing Matthew. Well, unfortunately, 19 years later, reality hit her, and I'm sure she cried over actually losing Matthew when it was reality. Due to his passing,
nobody had ever dealt with that. And, the idea of even losing him.
Allison Janney, Yvette Nicole Brown, Viola Davis, Brooke Shields, Carmen Electra, Josh Radnor, who was Ted of How I Met Your Mother, Shannon Doherty, Alyssa Milano, Maggie Wheeler, Rumor Willis, Bruce Willis' daughter, Adele Morgan Fairchild, who played Chandler's mother on Friends. They all paid their respects and tributes to Matthew. Kaylee Kulioko as well. Kaylee Kulioko said, "Thank you for the laugh, Matt Perry. You were a joy to watch for so many years and a constant lesson in comedic timing. We loved you. So sad to hear this." Now, back in 2016, there was a tribute to TV director James Burrows. And some of the cast of The Big Bang Theory were there, along with Will and Grace and Friends and Cheers and Frasier, Mike and Molly, Wings. Matthew couldn't make it, but Kaylee and some of the cast of The Big Bang Theory, they actually took a picture with the 5 remaining cast members of Friends. So she had opportunity to get a picture. It sucks that Matthew wasn't there that night for him to be a part of that, but it was nice that she paid, tribute to Matthew Perry when he passed away. But then again, maybe she possibly had met Matthew on several occasions, but we don't know about it. It's still sad and shocking that he died, especially when overcoming his drug problems. But despite overcoming that, he still ended up dying. I guess based on how bad his addiction was, I'm guessing it was going to lead him to having a heart attack at some point. I'm sure since his passing, it's been weird for you guys to watch reruns of Friends, knowing that Matthew is gone. Matthew's private funeral was on November 3rd, as his friends' castmates were in attendance. There they are, along with his mother, Suzanne, his father, John Perry, and his stepfather, Keith Morrison, and his half-sisters and his half-brother was at his funeral as well. I thought the main cast of Friends were going to continue growing older together. I never thought any of them would die young, but unfortunately, Matthew was the one that died young. And I'm also glad that they had the opportunity to do the Friends reunion before he passed away. Still haven't seen that reunion. I would love to see it, but, due to not having the money to see it, there's that. I mean, it ain't like I can go to a website where it's free. I don't know. But anyways, we love seeing the six together. Not only were they friends on the actual show, but they were friends in reality, and they remained close after their Friends days were over. Friends has been a major influence for other shows like How I Met Your Mother and Happy Endings. Family Guy did do a spoof of Friends. There was also Teen Titans Go when they had Bumblebee. It's not like having a Rachel, Monica, Phoebe, Joey, Chandler, Ross as friends. I mean, who's to say? Some of you may have friends where you have friends that's a Rachel, a Monica, a Phoebe, a Joey, a Chandler, and a Ross. And if so, good for you. And so I recently found out that they have reports of Matthew Perry's cause of death. And apparently it sounds like his cause of death was acute effects of ketamine. And apparently it has been approved by the FDA, and research shows it may help some patients when used as a medically supervised treatment for depression and anxiety. And experts say it also has risk, and it can cause seemingly separating the mind from the body. It can cause hallucinations, and it is known for its use in nightclub and party culture. And the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency warns that an overdose of ketamine can cause unconsciousness and dangerously slowed breathing. And trace amounts of ketamine were found in Matthew's stomach. It's just sad, man. All the crap he went through, it just came back at him, and he's gone. This sucks, man. Tell me your thoughts on the death of Matthew Perry. Tell me where you were when you found out he passed away. What was your reaction? I'm sure you guys were shocked or still are shocked. And has it been hard for you to watch Friends reruns since his passing? That's all I have to say. And rest in peace to the late, great Matthew Perry. May you rest in peace.
When I die, I don't want Friends to be the first thing that's mentioned. If somebody comes up to me and says, I can't stop drinking, can you help me? I can say yes, and I'm going to live the rest of my life. I would like to be remembered as somebody who lived well, loved well, was a seeker, and his paramount thing is that he wants to help people. That's what I want.